kind of hear us, but let me get some shit ready. Wait. I cannot show it yet. You saw sneak preview.
Okay. I got you, man. I got you.
Okay, I heard us. We good?
Mm-hmm.
We good?
Hey, all right. So somebody is ready for today's episode. We are recording this on May the 4th. So May the 4th with you all on this episode ish, because I know this is gonna come out on the Monday. That's not May 4th, whatever. But and then also we gotta remind ourselves it is gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out this weekend, right?
Yep, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, because Cinco de Mayo, what a day to come out, right? So all the Mexican families will probably go watch Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, and other Mexican families will have an excuse to get drunk. So yeah, and anyone else who celebrates Cinco de Mayo, be careful, be safe, all that stuff, So yeah. But yeah, Zawa has all the gear. Yeah. Is that a custom lightsaber from the Disney World?
From Galaxy Edge? No, it's actually you just buy it.
Oh, you just buy it. Okay. I think you customize and stuff like that, like with all the.
Oh no! So those things are that little shop is so hard to get into. I just bought the Vader's.
Oh, wait, do you actually have to make an appointment for that?
Yes, you have to.
Oh, gosh,
it's like you have to make an appointment. Also, put a down payment.
Oh wow!
And if you miss, your little time frame that you're supposed to go in, you don't get it back.
Oh wow!
So I figured it's just fucking easier to just get the damn saber.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Vader's saber, I bought it for because we used my boyfriend's friend's annual pass, so I got a discount. It was like 200 something.
Jeez, okay.
Comes with a fucking storage case.
Right.
I have two lightsabers for now. Vader's and Luke Skywalker's.
Hey man,
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I have to be very. And then this part is where the light comes out.
Of course.
Well, it's extra like 25.
All right. Hey man, we collect props. Can't blame you. I have my fair share of props when it comes to replica firearms. I'm gonna make that very key. Replica firearms. They're not real firearms. They're just replicas of the firearm. So yeah.
Liar, this man has like a working wingman from Apex.
Oh, you know what? Now that you bring it up, let me show you.
You gonna bust out the Glock?
Yeah, like an actual. No. So this. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna show the Zawa first. So this, oh shit, let me turn on my camera. First off. There we go. All right.
Now, Hawk, I see the Glock. I know what's
Oh, you say Glock? Yeah, so I'm showing
very evil today.
I'm showing Zal right now, and then you can kind of see that I can open it up like that. Look at that. Woo! And then, but the funny thing is that you can't it doesn't quite reload the same, so you have to go like this and then go like that. So let me show the audience now. My wingman. It's funny that you can't hit the switch on both sides. There's two switches, but only one of them actually operate. So that's kind of weird. So
false advertisement.
Yeah, I know, right? You would think it would work on both sides, but it doesn't. So it would be such an easy thing, but whatever. So I'm showing the audience that the gun opens up like this, just like in the game, and then you see the cylinder. You can put your shells in there. My shells are like over there somewhere. And then to close it, you gotta like manually close it yourself, and then close up the cylinder and all that stuff, or in the chamber, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, and then
Imagine that's what you had to do to reload in game.
so okay, so like this, and then put your shell like this, like manually, and then like try to look cool, like that or something.
I know, it's like, and then you just see like the enemy team, like who has a sniper or what's her face?
Oh, Bandage.
Vantage is just like looking down scope, going like, the hell is he doing?
Like who reloads like that today? So yeah,
he must be new to these games.
Yep. So pretty cool. It actually has balance to it. Like it's pretty balanced throughout the whole gun.
Yeah. So it has weight.
It has weight to it. Yeah. I have the other wingman right here from a while back. Let me pull that one now. So I have two wingman now. So hey, look at that.
Imagine that becomes the next legend.
Oh, using two wingman or two weapons. Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, doing well. I want to say at least doing pistols and what, light guns?
Oh yeah.
Because I think, sorry guys, tangent on Apex games, because I think you can use the alternator as a single hand.
Look, I'm Reaper now.
How close to your ult?
Reaper says shooting. Oh, I hear Reaper. He's up there.
He's right there.
Yeah. That was old Overwatch, but I forget if he does that in Overwatch 2 or not.
He says it, but now it's much more quiet.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a hall, which turns it as a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, like
you can hear his voice echoing down the hall, and it's like, oh.
So yeah, like this one. So this one has like a really heavy front. So if I go like this, it goes like, yeah, see, it falls forward like that. If I go like this, not as bad. So yeah, it doesn't go as fast. But this is definitely like, if you hold it like this, you definitely feel it, like all the weight is in the front, and then if you hold it like this, it's like, not so much.
All right, now the true test of Hawk's firearm. He has to shoot it like Death the Kid. How good is your pinky muscles?
Yeah. Well, this one's kind of double action, so I can go like this with my other one. My toy one. This one, I can kind of spin the chamber. Death the Kid. Yeah. Can you imagine Death the Kid in Apex, and then he just holds two wingman, boom, 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 boom. And then what's the girls' names? I forget. It was fuck. The Thompson sisters. Right?
Oh yeah, his like, actual weapons names.
Yeah, the girls. I think it was like I think one was Liz, and then the other one was Patty, I think. Yeah, I think. So yeah, the girls are just like standing in the side. They're just like, why is he isn't using us as his guns anymore? he got real wingman now.
I know, he tossed them like,
yeah.
like
yeah. This one you can simultaneously, like, the mechanism works simultaneously. So I guess there's upsides and downsides to both of them. But overall, I like this one better because it feels good, and there we go. Now it actually feels balanced, or more balanced, I should say. Even though that this gun has a big old front, right? And
alright, kids. Now the next thing Hawk needs to train is shoot with a third gun in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh man. Yep. That'd be for that'd be interesting. That'd be for an interesting character.
I bet you Zoro could do it somehow.
Right. Yep. So
actually, if Zoro uses a freaking like pistol, I'm just gonna be alongside the pirate crew going like, who gave him a gun?
Yep.
Well, who taught him how to shoot? I didn't teach him to shoot.
Yep. So, yep. We're showing off our props for it's like show and tell. Who's done show and tell in a long time, right? All right, let me put this back for now.
Right. And then it goes off. Yeah. Just goes bang.
Yeah. Oh, but just like with a real thing, it's good to treat a replica like it is a firearm, like a actual firearm, so that way you can kind of get the habit of good discipline and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, we have actually quite stuff to talk about, so let's go into the good stuff, which is let's start off with fighting games on this 232nd episode of Hypecast. So yeah. That's a way to introduce our oh yeah, let me play this sound, because I think I didn't last time. Hell yeah. All right, now attention please. All right. All right, so starting off with fighting games, let's do Capcom, shall we? Because there was some footage that was coming out from the testers who were able to we have footage for later, but first I want to get this one out of the way. This is regarding to the cracked Street Fighter 6 versions, which means there were early versions of this game coming out and people were not abusing it, but it's the cracked version of the game, which basically means you can kind of pirate it, but it's still like the beta version kind of sort of thing. But basically it allows people to play the game early on. Like, yeah, even if it is a beta version, you can still get the fundamentals down of the game right early on, and I guess it was enough to get their attention. So Zawa, if you can so kindly read us the statement here provided by Capcom. What does it say here regarding to the cracked version of Street Fighter 6?
It has come to our attention that some users have been accessing the Street Fighter 6 closed beta test (CBT) software and playing the game outside of the designated period. Which I remind myself I gotta delete that demo. So I don't get slapped with this. Anyways, this is a violation of the CBT terms of service and can be seen as a violation of the Capcom Pro Tour Code of Conduct. Ooh, they're bringing out the big belt this time, kids. For the avoidance of doubt, from this point forward, any player who is shown with clear evidence to be accessing the CBT in an unauthorized way may be ineligible for the upcoming Capcom Pro Tour and Street Fighter League seasons. Seasons! See? It's not a season, it's mostly all of them. We appreciate your cooperation and understanding in helping maintain the fairness and competitive
integrity.
I was like, I just lost myself integrity of our competition. I just see blue right now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's very, very blue. Very blue. It's like whenever you see this blue like tinge, it's like, somebody's in trouble. But okay, so you say the demo, but the demo is fine. That's an official release from Capcom, so that's fine because it only has Ryo and Luke, and you can like try out the World Tour stuff a little bit, right, including the character creation, I believe. But correct me if I'm wrong, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, basically, people felt like they got the early lead. They had an advantage of knowing how things worked fundamentally for the most part. Yes, again, individual characters might be different in comparison to the final product, but again, you would understand the basic fundamentals of Street Fighter 6 with the drive gauge and all the little mechanics in between, including the modern controls and everything in between. So that's why this is for the most part a concern for everyone else who doesn't have or doesn't want to access to the cracked version of the beta or whatever. So yeah, so that's why Capcom put out this warning, not banning anyone at this particular point, but for anyone beyond this point, it gets caught, they're not going to be able to participate in the upcoming CBT and the Street Fighter League seasons, not just one, but the seasons. So gotta make that clear. So you'll probably be banned probably forever if you're not too careful, right? So yeah. There were some memes that came out like, snitches get stitches, that type of stuff, and yeah. Did you have any comments regarding to this? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's right or justified or whatever, all that stuff?
I'm on the fence on it. Like,
Why is that?
I want to say it's really on. It you are not at the mercy, but you are trying to have a guideline to follow, which Capcom, makes out on, which is the term of services. And for those that's playing the cracked version of this game, is like, yeah, you're kind of having an edge over people in some way. So I'm like on that fence, like leaning back and forth, going like.
So why are you on the fence then? Like, why are you not taking? You know what I mean? Like, so
why I'm not taking sides?
Yeah.
As of yet.
Because of what?
Because at the moment, like with people having the edge, they could just. It's more on like the day and age right now. You can just say stuff and people would believe you, right?
Right.
But guess what I'm trying to say is that maybe these ones that cracked the game probably just are showing Capcom in a sense that, hey, maybe beef up your
right. Okay. Okay. I guess that's fair. But
beef up your security protocols when it comes to this, or showing it like, once the period passes, just pull, because I want to say demos are on a different server, right? Yeah, just pull that server. Just shut that server down once that play period is done.
Right.
But when it comes to, like, again, in terms of services, it's pretty much like you break it. It's like, okay, have fun with the repercussions.
Right. Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess that's fair. I do feel that I don't think it's just as easy as just beef up your security. I think it's one of those things where it's if it exists, then it exists forever, right? You can't. There's no like. There's no somebody's gonna try to pull it and then use it for themselves, and you know what I mean. So I think there isn't like a black and white answer for that part, but aside from that, I think people who do try the cracked version, right, should definitely know there are going to be consequences tied to that. So so I think in ultimately I think this is in fairness, right? So that way no one has an advantage. This is a fair warning. It's not like they're outright just banning this single person, like, hey, don't be that guy, that or whatever, right? They're not putting this guy
making an example of. So.
Yeah, they're not making an example of or anything like that, just to single out somebody's, right? So I think this is probably the best way possible-ish, but I felt like they should have just made it clear from the get-go, right? Just to make it clear, get it out of the way already, and then we can move on, right? Move forward. So, I think James put it best. I think I have his quote tweet right here. I hope I have it right here. So, okay, so his quote tweet says from James Chen, everyone being mad that this was too little too late would have been mad if they decided to ban people known to be using the crack already, since they never, quote unquote, never issued a warning in the first place. You're all going to be mad no matter what, so this is kind of the best option in my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, that is I guess a point too. Like there are gonna be people out there who are gonna be not agreeing with us, of course, because it's like they're gonna be defending like, no, it's this and this and that or something, right? But
Yep.
overall, when you do think about it, like not everyone is capable of getting this cracked version. If not everyone knows about it, it's like a group
Yep.
of people, and of course they're not gonna tell about it because they know in the back of their mind it's gonna, right, like they want an advantage of sorts. It's like, you're secretly training for this tournament or whatever somehow, that,
I know this tournament that's not even like
yeah, that
um
technically doesn't even
uh,
exist.
yeah, not even green lit yet.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, like I think pretty much like James said, like this is kind of the best way to do it, given the circumstances. And there are people that are also saying that this should have happened just right from the get-go. Like as soon as the closed beta test was a thing, they should have just said, hey, we're putting this warning out there just in advance, right? Don't be that guy. Don't try to extract this, this crack or this CBT somehow with your digital voodoo magic, right? Like, but yes, like they should up their security because they've been getting leaks and all this stuff. Like, come on, like there comes to a point where you gotta step up your game, right? Because there are other companies that have not been leaked of their information of their upcoming games and stuff like that. I'm talking to you, Apex. Come on, man. But yeah, anyway, but in all fairness, I think this is probably the best way to do it. So I mean, this is I would say, yeah, I say that this is an issue with the cracked version and all that stuff, and yeah, and this is the best way to do it. Just make a warning. Now we all know it, and people can hopefully move on from it. But yeah, I mean, but for the people who say, oh, but why didn't you say it in the first place, or you should have told us that. I mean, when you access to this stuff, you should know in the back of your mind of the consequences, right? Like it's piracy, it's kind of like piracy, and there are going to be consequences, especially if there is a tournament or there's some sort of terms of service behind that, a tournament or some sort of event that you can win money, especially with this one coming up with $1 million, right? So you got to think about those things, right? Like, even if maybe you are reaching, but I think it's good to be overly cautious for these sort of things, especially if it involves with money. So again, when you have access to this stuff, just know the consequences, just be aware. And I think pretty much all the major things have been said for this bit here. So if you don't have any other comments, I think we definitely move on from here. Okay, so let's go and move on to, I believe, some actual Street Fighter 6 stuff. Let me see here. Okay, so there's another like gameplay feature kind of thing. First off, look at the costumes here, right? But with JP and like Lily and stuff like that. But for those who are more towards like the ranked modes, now each rank is tied to each character, which means you don't have to worry about your entire account. You're tied to each individual character. So if you want to try out a new character, they're gonna be bronze. So you can try out that new character, and you're not gonna get mobbed up or anything like that by the golds and the diamonds and the grandmasters and all that stuff when you're trying out a new character. So this was a thing for Street Fighter 4. I think that was a good feature, and that it's now returning to here for Street Fighter 6. So that's just one more thing about Street Fighter 6 they're doing right. So I think that's that's kudos for the game as well. I mean, do you agree with having individual points for individual characters and stuff like that?
I kind of like the idea of seeing that how you can differentiate like what characters you can show people like this is my main, and then this is my secondary main, and then this is a character that's quote unquote your troll character. Like we all have those type of characters. Look at Smash for example. My main is Incineroar, and then my troll character, which Hawk and crew hates, is Peach.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Samus, but all right.
No, Samus is more of the not a troll character, but the infuriating character when we're just. Well, I'm going based on like 1v1. I'm not going like.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Samus is the one I bring out if we're just doing four people.
Oh yeah, free for all or whatever the hell.
Yeah, free for all.
All right. I mean,
and to also hear this man screaming, "Get that!
Yeah,
get that stupid idiot!
He's charging!"
You're like always trying to run for me. You smacked out of the way. He's
literally
like,
dodge rolling, charge, dodge rolling to the other side, charge. That's how he plays Samus. It's like so brain dead, and I'm like, get this man! He got told.
No, I remember you like, he's full stock. What are you guys doing?
I know, like, it's so crazy. Like, he's just getting away with murder, like literally. And I'm just like,
I'm like on the other side of the stage, going like this.
I'm like, this guy, literally, he has two stocks, and then get the mailman from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah,
Jingle all the way. There you go, jingle all the way. Yeah. Okay, wait.
It's just.
Yeah,
but yeah, I do like the individual ranking.
Ranks. Yeah, it makes sense.
But then the bad, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just that when you accumulate so much points on just that one character, you might have that stigma on you going like, oh, he's a Jamie main only, or Zangief,
Yeah.
But again, it will open up for individuals to just explore.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. Yeah. That's been a thing across a number of fighting games, including Tekken's ranking system. So I think it started from 6, and then it's been a thing for 7. I know that for sure. So you can you can have all the Tekken masters in each character and stuff like that. I mean, it's just a way for more people to have something to do, right? It's like, oh, I'm done with Jamie. Let's go work on Ryu, or let's work on Dhalsim, right? Just to challenge myself, blah blah blah, see how good I am with Dhalsim, and stuff like that. So I think it does definitely open up for like challenges and like content creation and all that stuff. But people, with Street Fighter 5, what they did was have individual accounts for individual characters, which was, that of itself could be content of itself. But at the end of the day, I think it's best to have individual characters with individual points, with their designated points. And it does, like, Zawa said, kind of show each player like what they're good with, or what they're putting their time into for each character and all that stuff. So it just makes sense, right? Because like I said, overall, even when you try a new character, that brand new character, especially from DLC, you're not gonna get mollywopped with all the diamonds and the golds and all the grandmaster players, all that stuff. So. I felt like that was kind of a problem with Street Fighter 5, but that's not the case anymore, luckily, with Street Fighter 6. Again, I think it just makes all the sense. Are there flaws to it? Maybe sure. Can you abuse it? Maybe sure, but I definitely can't make an
assumption.
An assumption, yeah. Like, I can't find anything in mind that particularly is a bad point for individual rank and league points for each character, so... I think it's
unless you
go ahead.
I was gonna say, unless you want to be like that one guy, because again, random also has its own rank points.
Does it have rank points?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know.
Because I was gonna say, you can be that one guy that just plays random, so you can like screw around with people's, like mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this guy is a random main. It's like, what does that mean?
That particularly does not make sense to me, but I mean, I don't know. It could be.
I mean, you could make it like, because I know some friends back in the day. They were just, well, this was like Tekken, Mokujin. They just love playing Mokujin. So I'm like,
yeah, okay, no, yeah,
wow,
that
you studied like the entire roster, and my friend goes like, nope. I just play on the fly. It's like,
yeah.
You know, that's mostly all of us. We just play on the fly.
Right. Let me actually take care of this. I think I have a voicemail, but let me just check and see real quick. Hold on. Oh, okay. It's nothing. So nothing in importante. Luckily,
he got a voicemail about his expiring car insurance.
Oh God. Now I got a call from Capcom. You know, no.
Cease and desist.
Cease and desist. No. All right. So I think we said our major piece for this bit right here. So let me see. Next one is, oh yeah, this is footage of more Geef versus Manon, or Manon, excuse me.
When I saw that, I spit out my drink and I was at war.
Look at that, dude.
I suck you in, bitch.
I know,
She's like,
yeah.
oh. He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but first off, he can confirm his headbutt into a super, right?
Super, yeah.
Yep, that's good to know. But which does pretty good damage. Boom.
I don't think she pressed a button.
Yeah, if we can slow it down here, let me just. Oh yeah, no, there's a slower version right here. It's just a gift though. So look at that. I think
I don't think she pressed. She didn't press anything. She just got up and just went forward.
It does say counter though. So it looks like she did press something. Look at that. It says counter.
Damn, she has a fine ass.
I know.
Right there.
I know, right? I know.
It's like this.
Yep, and it's a hard knockdown for the super, of course, for on Geef's side, and then Geef got a counter. So yeah.
But I do love like the extra animation they do for EXs now in this game.
Yeah. They like,
because before it was just like, yeah, before it was just I glow yellow. Okay.
Yeah, and he does like and then they do it, but like Geef is like, yeah, and then he like does the pile driver or whatever. So yeah. Like he's like, yeah. But that is crazy. That is some crazy range, especially for EX. So yeah.
I think it was on Jay Wong's video when he was like playing Geef.
Was he playing Geef or was he watching Geef? Because a lot of people were watching the stream.
Watching Geef. But it was just like one moment. Geef's damage was just like, oh dear, oh my, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. That's
to which my friend was saying that Geef is either gonna get a nerf in his damage or a nerf with his drive rush.
I don't know. We'll have to see, but
yeah, and I told him keep the damage. Maybe the drive rush they'll have to like.
We definitely have to see how we have to definitely have to see how other characters fare with that kind of thing. Because if you just nerf Geef, it's like okay, like I'm pretty sure other characters can abuse their sort of gimmicks with the drive rush as well, or whatever. So
like I forgot who I was watching. They were doing a breakdown on Manon of how simple her a standard 1-2-3 and command grab combo would do, and to get her grapple points. I forgot what it's called. higher.
Her levels and whatever, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. Her level 5 is like, yeah, of course, it's gonna do a lot of damage, right? So
Yeah, like I saw her do. It was a level 5, like whatever her little icon, and one like command grab was a little bit more than a standard GIF command grab, and I was like, oh. Like you were just like if you were drinking water, you'd be like,
yeah.
hold up.
Yeah.
But then when I thought about it, it's like, okay, it is a good payout because you got to work for it.
Yeah.
But then the same guy was saying that all you need to do is, I think it was a standing medium, where she does one hit, and then the second hit she pulls you in, and he said, all you need to do is that. This, this will be your better brother. I was like,
well, I'm sure people can parry that, so I'm sure there's a way around it. but it's I'm sure each character has their own like strengths and weaknesses, right? Like with the drive gauge. So I would say play by let it play out, see who's really strong with the drive gauge, who's really weak with the drive gauge, and then we can kind of gauge it from there. So Geef is just one character out of the other 17 in the roster, so we gotta see what they can abuse as well. So Geef has his light SPD's range back from 5 and 4 or whatever, I think. So it's just Geef, right? Plus the drive gauge now. So we'll see how he fares along with the other fighters. But this is another little bonus thing for Street Fighter. So let me just widen that, and then let me see. It's not too loud, is it? Okay. So, is there any audio? Okay, I don't think there's audio at all. But yeah, look at Blanca's like, what do you call it, the entrance animation? Yeah, he's like, look at me, look at me, yeah,
look at me, look at me.
Constantly like flipping out.
And Manon is like,
yeah, all calm and collected, and then Blanca's just being Blanca, honestly. But it's just so funny to see. He's just doing so many flips, and then Manon's just like,
I kind of
like a cat.
I kind of wish like on his last flip he eats it and then he just pops it. Like,
no, that'd be kind of great. Yeah, I like to see that.
Because you see how he like when they're about to go into battle, he's like looking at her.
Yeah.
Like right there, that should have been like when he falls, he goes like.
Yeah, that's like almost.
You saw nothing.
It's like almost perfect. It's almost perfect, right?
Yeah.
But
again, it's
Power Rangers.
Yep. It should have been that. Like he eats it and he just like pops up going like, you saw nothing.
You saw nothing.
You say nothing.
Yeah.
And then you just see Sakura like up in the rafters going like, I saw everything.
Yeah. I like this intro screen or whatever. It's just I don't know, very urban, very Street Fighter-y, right? It just makes sense.
I can't find the other video. It was someone was like showing off Manon and Cammy, walking, and then you see how Manon like kind of like bends over a little bit. So when she does that, Cammy like they for a split, Cammy like looks down and goes, and she has like that face going like, damn.
Oh, okay.
Like I have competition. Shit.
Yeah. And then here's another bit from the game. This is what the arcade mode is kind of looking like when it comes to the story presentation. So you have more artwork.
I think it's the same artist, right? From 5.
No, it's completely different. Completely different. Yeah. This is better. Like I'm sorry. Like no offense to Bengus, but if this is Bengus, man, I'll be blown away. But I don't think it's Bengus. I believe this is someone else from what it looks like.
It's Bengus.
Yeah. But look at that. Look at T-Hawk, man. Looks pretty good, right? And then of course you have Lily.
I thought that was a mountain.
I know, right? He looks very, very huge right there. But it's Lily's story, right? And she's what do you call it? Hitchhiking? Yeah, so hitchhiking, and making a journey of sorts. So yeah, but yeah, I like the artwork for it. It looks great. I mean, familiar, but and yet, it's improved and all that stuff. Yeah, someone posted this one. Yeah, you can definitely see it's very different. You can like just tell by the line art how muscles and stuff like that are defined or lack thereof. Maybe I should say, but like look at this, right? Like it just looks like it's half baked. Like there's not much time put into it as something like this.
Mm-hmm.
More defined. Look at the shading. Look at the painting. Look at the colors and variations, stuff like that. You have full backgrounds. You have full stuff, right? And then this kind of stuff. Let me go back to that. Right? It's just look at that. It's just it's just the background of the game with some color effects. And then you have the artwork of itself, of course, which again looks very undefined in comparison to Street Fighter 6 and all that stuff. This is Bengus. This is Bengus. Bengus has done all the artwork for the individual character story stuff, which is a very mixed bag for the most part. You can there's more of it here. Like now this one isn't as bad. It just looks funny. Like this is Dan. There's Blanca, but there's just definitely something different about what you normally see from Bengus, and then this. This is more of Bengus with Abigail and Cody. See, this is Gil and Yuri, and look how like not defined they are in comparison to. Like just compare to Lily, right? I mean, or just imagine Lily and then compare to this. But it's so weird because Bengus from the 90s, like look at this, right? Look, this is Sabretooth. This is from Bengus, right? Like look at how much more defined he looks. Look how much cooler it is. But then you have oh damn it, I closed it, but yeah. I think it's in the replies. Oh, there you go. Okay. But then you have like this, right? Like, look at that. Here's Alex with the little girl that Alex likes to, I guess, hangs out with because I think like the old man or his old man or whatever, like who took care of him. Like I don't know. I think I don't know if like I forget if he's adopted or I don't know. He's like a family guy or something. I forget. But anyway. Look at how like I don't know, just something about Alex. It just kind of just looks like he has muscles, but it's not like it doesn't come together. He just kind of just looks bloated, kind of. It's just weird. It's like this weird like balloon effect almost, kind of. I don't know. I mean, do you have any comments about Bengus back then versus now, kind of thing, or like just any comment about Bengus?
It's more like he can produce really good art. It's just that maybe he was like time constrained or stuff because of reasons that he doesn't want to disclose and discredit his employers.
Yeah.
But no, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean this stuff looks better, but it still has that like modern Bengus kind of like thing to it. Yeah, see, they kind of like look more round than anything. Like if you take I mean if you get this is like a compilation of like of the artwork and stuff like that over the years, but like yeah, it just has that like look to it that reflects with this stuff, right? Like it just I don't know. It's definitely a different style for sure, and it's like a different vibe to it. Can you say it's like more cartoony and stuff like that? Absolutely, but like I don't know. It's just something off about it, And if you compare it again with like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with Sabretooth for just one example, and then you have this, right? That's Bengus. Look at that. That's so cool, right? But then, yeah, and then if you compare it to now, it's like, that's the style you're going with now? I mean, you know? I don't know. I think it's just a little disappointing. I mean, maybe things will change, but like, I don't know. Like, you would think it's time constraints. That's what it looks like to me. But when you compare like all the like this stuff, right? And then Bengus kind of like this did the same thing for Ultimate Marvel or Ultimate Marvel 3 for at least one artwork. It's got those same little traits of the modern stuff of Street Fighter 5. So I don't think it really. I mean, maybe time constraint does play a part, but I think that's just the style Bengus chooses with overall, and I think for the most part it's very mixed, and maybe a little more people don't, a couple more people don't like it than people who do like it, you know. But overall, it's to me anyway, is kind of a disappointment. Especially if you really compare to like, you know, Alpha 3 stuff. You know? Like, yeah, this looks also cartoony, but like, you know, if you look at Balrog, right here, you know, but at least they look interesting. They look defined. There's like, it's a good mixture of like realism and cartooniness. You know, look at E Honda, right? He looks, you know, kind of cartoony, but like, I don't know, there's something interesting about him alone. And then there's Vega. There's look at Blanca. Look at Blanca. He looks badass, right? He looks really badass. And then you have Blanca looking like this. You know? Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. There's just a lot of things about it, but then it's there's a big change here. Like already here, there's so much going on, you know, with the coloring and everything. So, and yeah, if you look at T-Hawk, like oh my god, Jesus, actually looks like a mountain.
So it was this day we understand the T in T-Hawk means Titan.
Yeah, Titan Hawk on this day. Exactly, right? Pretty much. Okay, so enough about artwork. Was this I think hold on. Let me just make sure that this was the previous link. Okay, yeah, that was the previous link. So here's a last one for Capcom. This is just Ultra David's little analysis on somebody's footage, I believe. And yeah, involving with E Honda and Juri. Juri, whenever she charges up, I think her box gets expanded. So if you're too close, then you get punished for it. So take a look at it real quick here. Yeah, it's like pretty fast, but you kind of see like when her leg is up. We gotta like find that specific frame. Her leg is up, and then
Wee.
yeah, like yeah. I mean, you could kind of see it after, but the fact that she was that far but still got hit, it really shows like either E Honda has a fucked up hitbox, or her hurt box gets expanded when she charges up. So it's
well, it's just that his ass has his own gravitational pull.
Okay, well, somebody did it, so yeah. This is how far they are. Look at that. And then on the very next frame, boosh, and she's already down, and E Honda's right there. Like, you know.
Always knew that E Honda wanted to foot up his ass.
Yep. So that's kind of maybe they'll get adjusted over time. Maybe it's a little too much. I mean, we'll see. But maybe there's a reason why they put a hurt box, an expanded hurt box on her charging. So maybe. So yeah, I think if we're all good on the comments, I think we can move on to a different fighting game.
Yep.
Okay. So this is involving with Mortal Kombat or NetherRealm with Ed Boon saying his thanks and stuff like that for the anniversary and all that stuff, I believe. Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary, showing gratitude. And then with a not so subtle tease of what's coming with a K. So let's just try to skip all this.
Thank you for 30 years.
Thanks for 30 years. Thank you, Mortal Kombat fans, for 30 years of amazing support. And we're not
It's
quite done.
very scary when you and I think about this.
Mhm.
We're only like, well, okay, everyone, we're roughly the same age, but just months apart. So I'm just gonna chronologically put us at the same age.
Yeah.
We were 4 years old when this fucking game came out.
Mm-hmm.
We
That's
think about it.
crazy, dude.
Like, we don't even think of shit like that. You know, like, once we hear, like, oh, it's been 30 years since this out. So
I know, like, it just feels like our gray hairs just, like, explode out of our heads. Like, seriously. Seriously, man. It's crazy. And then, with Ash alone from Pokemon, he's been going for 25, 26 years. That's crazy, dude. That blows my mind too.
Yeah, so you can say that, sorry to say, kids, us 90 kids, we kind of got it good.
I know.
With growing up,
food, the media,
with things to grow up with from the media, we got it good.
I know, right? Like, look at all the remakes, right? Where are those from? A lot of them from like the 90s. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still waiting for a potential re-release or remake of Legends of the Dragoon, but no one fucking remembers that fucking game.
One of them for me is Skies of Arcadia. When is that game ever gonna be re-released for a modern console?
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not quite done yet.
Oh, yeah, bit of a tease. Is that salt?
Nah, it's cocaine.
Yeah. What was that though? Oh no, it's sand. It's sand. And then there's like an hourglass. It's red now, so it's almost time, I guess, for something.
No. I'm gonna go by what my friend is saying because everyone and their grandmother was fucking going crazy. It's like, it's the cocaine. They're on crack right now. Trying to crack this code.
No.
I was like, you fucker. He's like,
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, thank you for the 30 years, man. I mean, Mortal Kombat is another fighting game that has its place, definitely, on the sort of the pedestal. And, of course, thank you, Ed Boon, and hopefully Tobias is somewhere, hanging in there, so I think Tobias is doing something else separately, but I think they come together from time to time, maybe, because, I think they're like longtime friends, I believe. I'm just assuming, but yeah, I mean, either way though, thanks for your hard work, and hopefully we see something cool coming this year, or at least being teased, right? Hopefully we have some sort of announcement later on, maybe during E3. I mean, or Evo. I mean, either way. I mean, they could do it either way.
Yep.
Well, I would say, when I mean E3, I mean E3 time, because E3 is canceled, right? And then there's Summer Games Fest. I'm sure Jeff Keighley wants to talk his way into Ed Boon and be like, hey, I mean, you want to premiere your game at my place? I mean,
You just see him. Jeff Keighley's like, so we have a slot here.
Yeah.
You want to fill it?
Yeah, exactly. It's got your name on it. Yeah.
You don't have. You're not gonna be. You're not gonna need to pay the interest fee. You just fill the slot, please.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? Maybe he's like that desperate to not even pay anyone. You just want games.
Like, just fill this fucking slot now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that was that featured one awesome developer. Here is another awesome developer, once again being featured on here. I call Harada based for this one because of somebody posting him AI art generating thing, and he was like, "Oh, what do you think of this, Harada?" And then Harada just called it an AI generated common image. And then this guy deleted it later, but someone took a screenshot luckily, so we just saw. It's such a like stark contrast with an actual illustration, right? Because this is the person who designed the costume for Lily, of course, and he's giving her a shout out or whatever. That's awesome. And then whenever someone gave him an AI image, he's like, "Yeah, it's just whatever." You love to see it. You love to see it.
Harada is pretty much almost that Captain Picard memes. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's like, you dare show this piece of shit into my face? It's like,
yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much, dude. Pretty much. And then it's just so funny. Like the cherry on top is just him deleting that original post. It's so funny. And this guy, I mean, I'm not gonna even say the @ name. It's just it's very complicated looking. So, but yeah, you love to see it, man. You love to see. I guess it depends on where it's coming from, but for the most part, you love to see it. Very good W from Harada, in my opinion. Because AI art is mucho garbaje, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Right. Another. Lastly, we will feature another developer who was from another fighting game, Soul Calibur to be specific, because Okubo could be back in the games sort of industry, right? Because it appears, right? We'll take it as with a grain of salt for right now, but it appears that Okubo was recruited to be the director, or I guess like CEO, according to this guy anyway, of Cygames America. Because one thing what is true for sure is that Cygames now has a different branch, one for sure now in the US. So Cygames has a US branch now, so that means I don't want to like get anyone's hopes up, but to have now maybe like in the future hopefully an actual US version of Grand Blue Fantasy, like the mobile game and stuff like that, so that way we can actually just have like we can actually use our US accounts to link to this Grand Blue Fantasy and then continue on, you know what I mean? Because how everyone else is playing besides Japan is like a weird like separate app that has English, but you have to have like a Japanese account and gotta do this and that just to like be able to play the game, so kind of a hassle for anyone who wants to get into it now. But for those who had done it back in the day, I mean, you did it, so you might as well continue on with the account. But hopefully you can transfer the account if that is the case, if it does come true. But I think for right now, though, I think they're just gonna be in charge of like publishing games from here on out, like Gran Blue versus Rising, and then probably like the Gran Blue Relink game that's coming, and then blah blah blah, all that stuff. So let me see. Let me just see if there's anything else worth mentioning. Oh, the headquarters is going to be located in LA for Cygames America. So we have yet another HQ for a Japanese company like Square Enix and ArcSys and stuff like that, and Axis Games. Kind of surprising of how many of those are in just LA County alone, and of course right outside of LA County. Any comment on this little bit here? Oh yeah, they also have Cygames in Europe too. So
Hulk over here going to be going up to Cygames headquarters. Bring it over already!
I know.
Right to the west.
Yeah, I know. Bring
the beacon is lit.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
The West calls for aid.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, West Coast, Best Coast. When it comes to game companies, and I guess.
I mean, yeah, when you think about it, because West Coast is almost like a, not really a hop and a skip, but you guys are almost neighbors to Japan, so the communication is actually like faster than
Yeah.
on the East Coast, where East Coast they gotta play with time frames, like actual time frames.
Well,
Oh, it's 6 o'clock here in New York. Calls Japan. It's fucking 9 a.m.
Well, I
9
mean-
p.m. You bitches. What the fuck?
well, I think it's because also in California we have a lot of Japanese people. So especially in Torrance, California, I think it's still the biggest Japanese American community, I believe. So, there's that. We have that under our belt for sure. If not, we're still one of the biggest. We have still one of the biggest Asian American communities out there. So, especially Japanese. That's a key word for it too. Especially Japanese. So I think that's why, California seems to be suitable for those kind of companies, like Square Enix, for example, and all that stuff. Now, meanwhile, we have Nintendo in Washington. So I mean, I don't know why. Yeah. Seattle, Washington. No, it's Redmond. Excuse me, Redmond, Washington, I believe. But yeah. So that's okay. Well, I mean, if that is true, that's pretty fitting because Okubo is definitely experienced with fighting games and all that stuff, especially with Soul Calibur. So yeah, hopefully it's true. I think it'd be a pretty cool pick for Cygames America. All right. So we can now move on to the Frontline news. So let me just play this bit right here. There we go. Yep, got it. Oh my god, you're dabbing it. You're dabbing and dipping and dabbing in 2023, man. Come on.
Well, I can't grab my cat to dance with me.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's
fuck it. It's like
fuck it.
Salt.
Yeah.
I found you.
Salt. Oh yeah. That's so funny. Still, Lily has a cat named Salt. That's so funny.
Who looks like when she was like giving the cat love and affection. It was like,
Get away.
You
from
have
me.
the power to stop this.
I know.
Save me.
Save me. Yeah. Well, somebody maybe needs some saving because somebody's house got raided by Wizards of the Coast. Well, specifically, Wizards of the Coast, I guess, hired some sort of security company, which is a Pinkerton, and they pretty much seized the guy's house. So the guy is a YouTuber named Old School MTG, and he was I guess he got a hold of these cards for something called March of the Machine, which I believe is a reprint of something like an older set or something, from what I can understand. I don't know if you're familiar with March of the Machine or anything affiliated with it, but first off, have you heard of this story?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you understand from of the story? Like, what did you gather?
From what I understand is that apparently the person that was raided was like either showing off or he got in like cards that were printed but not ready for circulation yet, and just started to just show it off, kind of like killing the wow factor or the surprise factor of it.
Yeah, like they're just marketing. Yeah.
Yeah. And Wizard, to me, Wizard kind of like kind of overstepped, but they went a little like overboard.
They went too far with it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like seriously, you could have just like knock on the door, be civil, and go like, cease and desist, or we're gonna have to do some legal things to just say this was too early in its cycle. But again, but to just full on go like, raid, gonna raid your ass. It's like, wow, really?
Yeah. So see, I don't know if this guy stole the cards or they gave him the cards or the card set, but told him like, oh wow, okay, so we want you to do this on a specific date. You know what I mean? But he just kind of just like, oh no, well, I mean, I run a YouTube, so I'm gonna blah blah blah, but do this because it's my business. You know, this is my hustle. Blah blah blah. Like, you know, from what I can understand, they kept telling him like, could you do this? Could you do this? And then he kept saying no. So so they did try to talk to him at some point, but he just kept saying no. So, but I think this is where they took it too far by hiring a company, like a security company of sorts, and then raid his house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's something you can do actually, because aren't you supposed to have some sort of like warrant to raid someone's house, or just be authorized by like you know, if you're a police department, yeah, okay, you know, they have more of a authorization, right? And then, but if you're just a private security company, like, don't you have to like have more, you know, paperwork to be able to do this kind of stuff? You know what I mean? Like, or could you even do it at all? You know? So I don't know if Woods of the Coast are going to be facing some sort of charges, or I don't know. Like, I'm not an expert in that field. Like, if that's illegal or not to just like call a security company and then raid this person's house just like that, like just because they stole, quote unquote, stole something from you, or they're violating some sort of term of some sort of like contract thing or whatever it is, you know. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, the guy maybe was being a piece of shit too, but at the same time, like, did it warrant the, you know, this whole rating thing, you know?
I don't think so. Like, yeah, it should have been handled better, or you know, Wizard could have just like knocked on the door and said, "Hey,
have some
stop this."
maybe yeah, have somebody on their behalf
like
out there.
Yeah, like an actual representative, not a fucking like raid squad.
Yeah. Man, just kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like what do you call, swatting somebody, but yeah, I don't know, man. That seems extreme, man. Like, over, yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, it's maybe some sort of theft. I mean, I don't know, but like, still, like, do companies really have that power to just like hire a security company and then just like raid people's houses just like that? Like, that seems like, if that's really the case, man, like, I don't know how to feel about that. That seems scary. Like, you can pretty much like do that for any leaker, right? Because that is kind of like a violation of sorts, I think, right? Or somewhere along those same lines. So Nintendo could be like, just hire this company and then raid, you know.
I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't done that.
Yeah,
like, an actual like, because you know, like the guy that but the Bowser.
Oh yeah. We'll just say Mr. Bowser, but yeah,
Bowser. I'm surprised they didn't do something like that to him. Like,
I know, right? Gary Bowser.
Just see an army of. Sorry, I know it's not gonna be real, but it'll be just hilarious because it's Nintendo. They send an army of Koopas and Goombas just knocking on the guy's door.
Koopas and Goombas and paratroopas and all that stuff, like with their red shells ready, like, you know what I mean? Man,
and the Hammer Bros, like
the Hammer. Oh yeah, they definitely will have some Hammer Bros. All right, man, like busting down that door for sure, you know. But yeah, I like it. Can you imagine though, like just big corporate companies have that kind of power and stuff like that, you know? If that really is the case, that'd be scary, dude. You don't want to.
I mean, the only one that I believe that would do it, but it'll be like closed door until someone, you know, like spills the bean, will be like Disney. I think Disney actually has the power to do something like that.
Right? Can you imagine?
And then it'll be kind of like, you know, a little scary, just like, and there's a guy in the Mickey costume.
Oh yeah.
Bitch!
Yeah. Yeah.
Goofy!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
No! No, use
no.
Fire
Yeah.
Okay. Just blows up the house.
Fuck it, man. What do they call in Alice in Wonderland? You know, the cards or whatever. Like
Oh, the playing cards.
the playing cards, the house of cards, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever. Yeah, like send those guys in. Anyone from the Disney lineup for sure.
Oh, they just sent anyone from the Disney lineup. Oh, it's just gonna be fuck, James Wood dressed up as Hades. Hey, man, I'm just here to collect your soul. Why? You're pretty much dead.
I know, yeah.
Come on, just give it to me.
Nothing personal, kid, but come on, come on.
He's like,
Man, I love it. I love that Hades. Like, even though it's like the most ridiculous portrayal of Hades, it's like it's so funny, man. How can you not like? How can you hate that kind of Hades?
to which it's not out of the ordinary. A lot of people, when it comes to Hercules, they all go like remember Hades. That's all they remember from that movie is Hades.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a reference to how Hades actually is. He actually is not that much of a bad guy. It's Zeus is actually who's the bad guy.
I know. No, you're gonna see somebody. No, he's not. Hey Kratos, how was your dad?
I know.
He was a dick.
Yeah. Zeus
Exhibit A.
Zeus got very, let's just say Zeus got very busy with many a times. And Hades just kind of fair, in all fairness.
Yeah, Hades got the shit end of the stick when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. He got
in actual Greek lore, he got the shit end of the stick.
Yeah, isn't he like he's like the oldest though, isn't he? He's like the oldest
he was
brother.
the oldest, but he got he was the last one to get picked on anything.
He got the underworld, so yeah. And then Poseidon got the sea, right? He has the farm. He has like the land and sea, and then Zeus got the sky, so or whatever. So, and
self-proclaim
king of the gods and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So anyway, enough about
hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it. Yeah, enough about Greek mythology tangents. Yeah, we'll have to see what develops here, other than the fact that this guy's house got raided. I mean, was he being a piece of shit? Yeah, of course. I mean, sure, but the raiding thing kind of seems scary, man. You know? I don't know if that's legal or not. I mean, jeez. Oh, did they actually apologize? Apparently, they what do you call them? Witches of the Coast apologize, I guess. So
yeah. So the way they were apologizing was,
we're sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
But again, like I was gonna also say, when you think Wizards of the Coast couldn't, drop any farther into the pit they already dug in, it's like, oh wow, there's a sub basement.
Yeah. You had the whole thing with D&D and then other stuff, and now, I mean, and then there are other stories about how they handle the cards or whatever, and then now this, right? Like, this is just one more thing under their belt, of how far they took it. So yeah. So I actually purposefully took this from Kotaku because that is a lead-in into what's been happening with Kotaku themselves. So let me see here. Let me open up the tabs here. So I didn't even know about this, but Kotaku is actually blacklisted from Nintendo because they've, like, I don't know, talked shit about them or whatever it is, and so they got blacklisted. So they can't even have access to reviewing games like Tears of the Kingdom that's coming up. And so Kotaku, I actually saw this too. I saw this post from Kotaku that I guess they're so butthurt that they're gonna just post leaks for Tears of the Kingdom. They're just so mad. So yeah, because they talk shit about
I
it.
mean, it's also that Kotaku hasn't been like in my eyes and stuff. They haven't
Mhm.
been really like that good these
Yeah,
past
yeah,
years.
they have not been credible for a very long time.
Yeah, so it's like why are you mad when
Mhm.
you're not even credible anymore? Why are you mad?
And then
Sit down.
yeah, and then Luke Plunkett is like one of the senior writers, right? He posted like stuff like this, like for the record, this is how I feel about publisher blacklists, and it's just like I don't know, just like a random World War II plane with like I don't know if this is like photo. I think this is Photoshop, but yeah, like with like the Japanese imperialism flag and then the Nazi Germany symbol and
So what I think what I think the picture is trying to portray is that that's how many planes this guy shot down. That was whoever was on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he shot down 6 um Japanese imperial
I
planes and
don't
something like that.
I don't know if
Because
that's.
sometimes you do have some planes do have records of
Oh
their
yeah, I mean they have
their
marks,
kill.
but I don't know if this is specifically how they did it. And of course,
Yeah.
if you, I don't think they send planes on both sides. Like, you have the Pacific theater separately from the European theater, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they'll send this one plane on both sides. So there's no way this plane shot both not the Nazis down and the Japanese down. That's an incredible pilot if that's really the case, but I think it's just a metaphor of how.
He was using what's it called? Speed hacks. He was over the Pacific, then he just like zoomed into a European airspace and then flew back.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have some hackers at Kotaku, because how else they got the leaks, right? I mean,
I know, right?
but yeah, it's definitely not looking good on Kotaku. Like they've been kind of on that steady downhill, from what I can understand. But this is definitely apparent. Like stuff like this coming out, they're being very butthurt about it. I mean, there's been some credible stories and stuff like that, but it just gets buried under from all the shit that they put out. That's just been the case. So yeah, Kotaku is out of the picture when it comes to Nintendo, at least. So yeah, it's just like very unprofessional, obviously, and obviously everyone for the most part is against Kotaku from how they're acting and stuff like that and blah blah blah. So
I don't know. It's like you kind of want to say it, but you kind of want to hold your tongue. But I'll kind of like lead into it. Kind of do a little bit better, Kotaku.
yeah,
Just a little bit better. We're not asking a lot,
yeah, yep.
but it's kind of hard, isn't it, for you guys? But,
Well, that's it. I believe that's it on that. I think we're good on comments, right, for Kotaku stuff. Leading from the Wizards of the Coast stuff. Another relatively shitty thing that was happening, but now has been taken care of was so there was a content creator named Internet Anarchist who makes a bunch of videos, kind of like talking about like drama, but like it is like a drama analysis type of content creation. And apparently this person was getting claimed by Adin Ross. And Adin Ross, of course, is like, another famous streamer. I think he got banned on Twitch, but I could be wrong. But moved over to Kick, which is like the new streaming platform. And then Adin Ross was kind of like has been on the front page kind of because of how he like tried to get attention from Andrew Tate, trying to interview him just for him to get the leverage right for himself. So this guy pretty much admitted, like, out in the open, that he was like false claiming this guy's content. So let's just take a look at this. This is a clip from Internet Anarchist recording. So hold on. Orgasm included.
W. Chat, by the way, this is Hassan's head moderator, chat. Put a W in the chat. We stole $8,000 from him. W. He needed that. Yes! 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 W, yes! Yes?
So yeah, he claimed that Internet Anarchist was like a head moderator for Hassan first off, which is false. But there's an update to it. He said that Adin Ross folded. Thanks to everyone who helped raise awareness, from bragging about stealing $8,000 from Internet Anarchist to quietly folding behind the scenes. These last few days have been a ride. Now he's made a video about it, so it's kind of funny. So that's kind of how it kind of wraps up. And even YouTube themselves were saying, we checked on this and it looks like the claim has been closed by the content owner. So yeah, he definitely folded for that part. So yeah, I mean, are you familiar with Adin Ross first off? I'm sure you heard of his name like somewhere on the internet.
Yeah, I heard of it, but for this particular thing, no. I'm in dark.
Right. And what do you make of that? Just from hearing all this stuff, and just hearing him saying, "Oh, 8K," clapping and shit like a fucking fool and all that stuff. Like, what do you make of that?
Jesus. Like, wow, you really want to see someone's downfall, don't you, sir?
I know, right?
It's just like how me and my coworkers always joke when we get like those asshole customers. Someone woke up today and chose violence.
He could be
wanted to be a dick.
Yeah, I mean, Ross could be in trouble because of course, straight from Team YouTube, misuse of the removal request web form, like submitting false information, can result in the suspension of the account or other legal consequences, according to YouTube. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on it. I mean, it is YouTube, so I mean, they say things, but a lot of things don't get done. Sometimes they do, but
for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, for the wrong reasons too, of course. Yeah, there are some uncommon W's at times with YouTube, of course, but that gets buried under all the crap that they've been putting out. From all the other shitty things that they haven't been fixing either. I mean, there's been a huge problem with the content claiming thing because anyone can do it. It's not like they have authorization after, like, I don't know, taking some tests or something like that, and like go through all the analysis and whatever, right? Like the process, right? An actual process to be able to put out copyright claims and stuff like that. Anyone can do it. I mean, Adin Ross did it. At the end of the day, he's just a dude who has a lot of attention. You know what I mean? He's not a company. He's not a corporate. He's not a corporation. He's just a dude with a lot of money and attention. So he was able to do it. So I mean, what makes you think like other people can't do that? I don't think it takes money. It just takes time. It just takes away people's time and all that stuff. And it's it's all at the end of the day, like people who do this kind of stuff don't really get repercussions, right? That's why people keep doing it. And the creator is who loses out because like they lose all the money, they lose all the social media sort of like engagement and stuff like that. Like they lose so much more than the actual people who do it, right? Who actually put out the false copyright claims and stuff like that. It's really really bad, and YouTube needs to really get on that. But from what I've been hearing, nothing has changed. So that's just another thing from YouTube, man. That's just shitty. But yeah, people like Actman were on the case. Yeah. pretty much saying what I said. He this guy was so stupid, so fucking stupid. He outright admits his malicious intent on a live stream. Like, it's so stupid. Like, like how big was this guy's ego to just do that? You know what I mean? And didn't think about the consequences.
I mean, I don't think that word even passed his head.
Oh yeah,
Consequences.
yeah.
I think he was just like, yeah, no one can touch me. Blah 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 blue blue.
And then he
Touch.
yeah.
He's like, touch. Oh God, what happened?
I know. Oh no, why you all hate me? Oh no, like, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know. It's pretty bad. This one's also pretty bad, potentially, if this develops any further. But did you hear about this? There was an actor who tried to like audition for a Marvel project, and this actor is actually from like Boy Meets World and other like classic things. Matthew Lawrence claims that a Oscar-winning director asked him to strip for a Marvel role. So I guess when he was auditioning, I guess he was like telling him to strip down or something. And then he refused, of course. Lawrence refused, and the agency fired him, apparently. So this could expose, like, you know, the dark sides of trying to be a part of the MCU almost, right? Like behind the scenes.
I mean, I don't think it's just the MCU when it comes to that. I think that's just like Hollywood
in general, right? But you know, but
because again, MCU Disney is so fucking huge. It's pretty much to that point. Like, there are those certain people right now that just wants to see Disney Marvel to just fail already.
Yeah, to like bleed and then fall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I get it.
But again, it's like at this day and age, I don't know. Will it be more damning to just leave it off like a vague, statement like that, or would it have been better if Mr. Lawrence just outright said who it was?
Yeah, that's kind of the weird thing, right? Because like, if you're so sure that this happened, like maybe there is a reason why he didn't reference this director. Because I mean, if you look at it from the other side, like, it does kind of come off as like a made up story because you didn't specify who, but maybe just doesn't want the sort of like the repercussions from that director or whatever, because that could
repercussions or the fan base. It's like, okay, then why even bring it up then if you're not ready to take on the full blow of what this lid is gonna eventually pop over.
Like, I'm sure there are reasons that this person has. It's just like we can't see it because we're just out from the outside or just from the outside, I'm sure there's something specific about it, but but I do understand. I don't blame you for seeing it that way. It could just be just like a made up story, and we don't know, right? But so that's why I try to like kind of leave myself neutral for this sort of situation. But again, at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, we'll see if this further develops, and if it becomes something bigger, then we'll definitely talk about it, and then we can have like a clearer answer as to, what's what and all that stuff. So, yeah. But if nothing happens to it, then nothing happens to it. That's just kind of what it is at the end of the day.
Yep.
So, that's essentially that. I mean, there definitely is harassment of sorts across everyone. It's not just women, of course. Men get harassed as well. That's definitely something we should be aware of as well. I mean, Terry Crews came out with something, and then people laughed at him because he's a man. Because when people just think generally, I mean, who you know, they think women are the sort of like the pinnacle of harassment, right? They are the victims for most of these harassment cases. But I mean, it's also men. Men get harassed. It's, you know, it's not exclusive to gender. It's just
Yeah.
But because, of course, there's a lot of cases involved with women, I mean, you know, that gets overshadowed and stuff like that. So people just have that mindset, a lot of them anyway, to think that, oh, men get harassed? Man up, man. Jeez, you know, that kind of thing. Especially if it's like a, like especially if it's like a muscular dude, like, you know, Terry Crews, like, oh, him getting harassed? Nah, you know, that type of stuff.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely something true for sure. That, you know, that's a problem, right? And especially in Hollywood, or, you know, a lot of places as well. Like men being harassed, you know, that doesn't you know, go well for the victim, unfortunately, the male victim. You know, we've seen it with you know, Johnny Depp. You know,
that was a roller coaster.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone was so sure about, you know, Johnny was like, you know, in the fault, but then it just turns out that both of them were at fault, but one was a little out there.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, she still has her fucking part in the upcoming Aquaman movie.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like
fucking Johnny is like, just, you know, just trying to live by.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we'll see about this developing or not. We'll see. All right. Now we can definitely move on to the games news. So, there's definitely stuff to talk about when it comes to Apex. They came up with more stuff to talk about. So let's go ahead and check out at least the trailer for Arsenal. That's the new upcoming season for Apex Legends. I believe this is season 17, featuring once again Ballistic.
Excommunicated father. Forgotten icon.
Forgotten icon. I don't know. You keep saying his name. I don't think he's forgotten anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. He's not forgotten.
He's not Sephiroth. He will never be a memory.
Yeah. So you can kind of see already that World's Edge is very much changed. Or no, they put one more part of streamer building, I guess. It's like yeah. So I guess streamer building is still there, but you do have now like a stairway. You can't like just go up and down now, right? Like there's more ways to flank around.
Did you forget who I am?
Yeah.
Who are you?
And then there's weapon mastery, as a new part of a way to get more rewards. It's something to do. So basically, if you use that weapon, you know, the more you use that weapon, the more rewards you get for that specific weapon, that type of stuff. And I think if you go all the way with each weapon for the weapon mastery, I think you can get a free legendary skin. I think I could be wrong on that, but it's something to those lines. Oh, but now you can. But now there's a zip line or whatever you call it, the jump tower that like comes down. That's kind of weird.
Didn't expect to see me up here, did you? Mad Maggie's bringing the beat.
Of course, battle pass stuff, emotes.
Ready yourself.
Oh yeah, firing range got changed for sure. Like there's a huge overhaul on firing range.
From my bones, my flesh be hacked.
Like freaking finally.
I know, right? they actually have AI opponents they can try out to like warm up or something, like train.
Yeah.
You see a little bit of his kit.
I like how he was when he said "you are defeated." It almost sounds like
Oh, Magneto.
You are defeated.
Defeated.
Attraction.
Yeah.
Repulsion.
Yeah. Magnetic shockwave.
Magnetic tempest.
Yep. Yep. You are defeated. Ha ha ha. It's so funny.
You are Pikachu.
So pretty much this is his kit right here, I believe. Oh no, this is inspiration. His kit is right here, I think. Let me just bring it up here. There we go. So his tactical involves with a homing projectile. You have to like lock on first, and then you can shoot it. Which was from his smart pistol. So which basically what it does is, it causes the gun to overheat on the opponent, and then whenever it overheats, it actually damages them over time. So think of it like a gas, right? Like or like a gas that actually stays on you. If you get hit by it. Think of it like that, I guess. If you not too careful with your gun. The trailers and stuff like that made it look like you're gonna get stunned or like get paralyzed or your aim is gonna be off or something like that. But it's just an overheating thing. So I guess that's fair. His ultimate is very team supportive. So when you activate it, nearby teammates get faster reloads, faster unarmed movement, and infinite ammo for the time being. And also ballistic sling weapon will be equipped and upgraded to gold. So I guess if he and then the sling weapon, speaking of, is his ability to store a third weapon in his pocket, and then you can access it via inventory or character utility action. The sling weapon cannot take attachments, so it's just like a bare bones weapon, but it's a third weapon, right? So that's pretty good. But if you activate his ultimate, I think that weapon becomes gold. I think. Could be wrong on that. So like if you don't have a sling weapon on you, like does it automatically give you one, or is it just like, oh, you don't have it? That's all right. Well, that's too bad, right? But either way, that seems pretty good though. Like, when you bust out the ultimate, you can make that to a gold version of whatever it is. So he seems pretty powerful. That's what it sounds like to me. And he's an assault unit, so or assault legend. Any comments on this alone?
We're going to see a lot of him running around.
Oh, for sure. No, I mean, yeah, he's a new character, but his abilities seem to be really good.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the meta has changed. I don't know. But let me see. Yeah, what's his tactical? Like I said, it's a lock on. So if once you scan that your opponent, it'll track. It'll follow you. Of course, I guess to a certain range. Like maybe you can shake it up. Like dodge it easily. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Especially if you're not paying attention to it. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me see. There are other like updates to it too. Oh, okay. So there's some sort of like new update to the rank system, puts emphasis on winning the battle royale. Matchmaking is now based off of hidden MMR, which involves with skill adjustments for squad sizes to account for the competitive advantages gained. solo plus duos should match with other solo plus duos when possible. Okay. I don't know if that's like this account saying it, or this is just going to be a thing. But there are different changes definitely. So RP is now going to be called LP, which stands for ladder points. Splits will be removed. 10 provisional matches at the start of the season. New hidden MMR, like we were saying. Big focus on improved matchmaking. Hopefully that's true. Entry cost is flat at all levels. And then they're gonna try to, take out more cheaters and smurf accounts, I guess. Minimum account level 50 to play ranked. New detection methods for cheaters. And kills rewarded for unique kills only. Stops collusion, I guess. And then, meanwhile, the character Ballistic is inspired, I guess, from a combination of John Wick, James Bond, and Guy Ritchie. So, there you go. I like the English accent that Ballistic has for sure. Oh yeah, trying to get weapon mastery for the Kraber. That's gonna be fun. Man. And you
the only weapon mastery you'll see me have will be just fucking
the flatline
and charge rifle.
Then
Then you'll be like, well, where's your other weapons? There's other weapons?
No. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like, what lies are you telling me?
Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like what it looks like here. So let me start from the beginning. See, he scans him or locks onto him, and then he shoots the projectile, and it hits him. And then shooting, of course, causes, your shields to crack faster, that sort of thing. Yeah. Hold on, just give me a second here. Just a moment. Let me take care of something on my phone. That's been taken care of. Okay, so now we get to see the sling weapon in action whenever you bust out the ult. So let me see. So he has a Havoc, for example, right? And in his sling. And then once he goes into ultimate, now it becomes gold. Okay, so that's simple enough. Yeah, he has faster reload. Dude, he seems really good. Jeez. Right? Yeah, you definitely want to use this when, you want to make that, like, big push, with your teammates and stuff like that. That'll be, like, the maximum sort of potential for sure. Because you have faster movement when you're unarmored, of course, so you can run fast and all that stuff. And then everyone has like faster reload, infinite ammo for the moment, so that's like really good. So he's gonna be a really good push character for sure. I think what would happen if you use Mad Maggie and Ballistic together? You're gonna be really fast because Maggie's ult, it's all about speed, and then of course Ballistic is all about speed too. So that'd be pretty sick. Any comment on Ballistic so far?
Gotta see him in action with the other here legends to see how he'll help the team besides the reloading.
Uh-huh.
Because I can see that like you have what's her name, Rampart.
Oh yeah.
She will go ballistic.
Oh
She's
yeah.
like, yeah, look at this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe some people are saying the reload is too fast or something, but I don't know. The ults last for 30 seconds. Damn. That's actually pretty long.
That is.
Maybe they'll wind it down to like 15 or something. I don't know.
I mean, you could say that Bloodhound's ult is long because it refills after every down or kill.
Oh.
So in a sense, in a good fight, team fight and whatnot, Bloodhound can be in their ult for a long ass time.
Yeah. Right. If you're good with it, if you have the skill,
if you have the
skill,
the skill and the reactions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you know how to like take out the right people in that right situation, yeah, you're definitely going to be good for a longer time. But it seems like Ballistic, man, from what I can see, he's going to be very, very powerful right off the bat. So yep, that's I think that's it so far. Let me see. Was there anything else that I wanted to bring up? Let me see, because I haven't already. Let me bring up the other tab. Oh yeah, I think this other tab was, yeah, okay. This is just basically me talking about his features and stuff like that. And then yeah. It's just what's his face talking, Pathfinder talking about Ballistic, because I guess he was like a butler at some point or something. I don't know, a robot butler for Ballistic at some point. I wanted to talk about this though a little bit, just to at least mention it. So apparently, EA offered EA Sports teams a flat fee or a flat sort of payment of $60,000 each for their skins in the game instead of revenue sharing. When teams like TSM, FaZe, Liquid, and more rejected this and asked for 50-50 revenue sharing, EA shut it down. Reportedly anyway. So if that is true, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that EA is just being businessmen, you know, kind of like pieces of shit kind of thing.
Yep.
Any comment on that in particular?
Oh, EA.
Yeah. I think the revenue share should have been fair.
Yep.
It's like
But EA wants to hold on to their money. It's like,
yeah.
what money? I don't know.
Yeah, they want to hold on to that money and get more money, you know, because they want that all those revenue, all that profit from people buying the team skins and stuff like that. It's kind of stupid if you ask me. But you know, they're businessmen. That's all it is to it. You would think that EA is kind of like trying to get out of the woods when it comes to being a bad company, but they're still showing shades of that, you know. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Are you looking forward to season 17? I think it's coming up soonish for Apex Legends. I haven't touched Apex because of Star Rail. Funny enough, but
I haven't touched Apex for a while.
yeah,
Probably not even gonna touch any other game except for 14 once June comes around.
Who comes out or what? What do you say?
Like, I said I'm probably not gonna touch any other games for FF14 when June comes around.
Oh, June comes around. Oh yeah.
We have Street Fighter 6. We have Diablo. We have fucking
16.
16 coming out.
That's a big month. Yeah, it's a huge month.
And we still don't have a release month, right, for Tekken?
No, No, nothing has come out yet.
Watch it be June.
Shit. Watch they announce it.
Everybody-
They announce it right now, and it's coming out in June.
No. And everyone and their grandmother are just gonna be like looking at their wallets, going like,
I know.
seriously?
Yeah, dude, my wallet's gonna die in June.
It's like, why? Why, Lord? Why you hurt us?
Mm-hmm.
Cause yes. It's like
Yep.
that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. Well, that's it for the Apex stuff for sure.
Epoxy.
Epoxy. This one. Let me just make sure.
It's not a not safe for work pick. Oh God!
It's a pick, but it's not. It's definitely something. This is Armored Core back in the day, I guess. Have you actually played a game or played Armored Core like this or no?
No.
Yeah.
I played it like a human being.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
Must be aliens.
right. But are you aware of? Are you actually aware of this like style of holding the controller and stuff like that for Armored Core? Because that's like
Not really,
that's actually what I think when people when they play Armored Core.
I remember. I think it was Armored Core. Like they had like the different type of controllers, like a joystick and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this looks weird. Maybe that's how we should play Street Fighter.
My gosh, maybe some people try to play like that, but there are plenty of people who do very much crazier things than holding a controller a different way. You know, so I mean, somebody plays Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle with Guitar Hero controller, I believe. So yeah, there are plenty of other crazy things out there. But yeah, I mean, this is funny enough. This was like kind of like a stereotype of like whenever people think of Armored Core, they think of people playing like this, because that is a thing. Like you know, it might have been just like Armored Core 1 or 2 or something like that. Maybe that's why. You know, and then but later on they like kind of fixed that with later like better control options or something like that. I'm not too sure. I'm just making assumptions. But that was like, this is like an old meme, quote unquote, like an old joke or stereotype back in the day for Armored Core players. Is this style of controller holding. So apparently it was that complicated back then. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, wanted to talk about Star Rail a little bit because of money. So, of how much money it made so far anyway. Oh, what the fuck? Why is it telling me to... Man, alright, I'm going to have to manually break this image up. Hold on. Kind of...
It broke it did.
Yeah.
That weird.
There we go. So far, as of April 26th of this year, it's already made for almost $5 million, right? Just a couple of days, because it launched. No, this is day one, I believe, because this is when the game came out. That's fucking crazy, right? 5 million just one day. And I believe this is Genshin Impact during its release. So it made 2 million. But yeah, so basically the game made almost more than double. That's crazy.
The waifus.
Yep. Seele, or Zele, excuse me, is the current character of the time right now for Star Rail. And then you have Venti, you know, that's the little boy, you know, who likes to make tornadoes and stuff like that. So yeah, he sucks. He literally sucks. Sucks in people and crowd control, that stuff, type of stuff. He was really good back in the day. He still is, kind of, but there are just other people who kind of do his role. Some better, if not, or good, just as good, if not better, in some situations. But yeah, I mean, made 2 million one day. That's also an accomplishment. But Star Rail broke that record, man. Crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I was looking for a chart that was like making other comparisons to like, you know, gacha games. I guess I'll just try to extract it from Asmongold, because that's where I saw it also. Let me see. Let me see. What was it? I think it was a clip. Asmongold clip. Let me just click on that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, we got. I think we should watch this. Hold on. It's Lakari.
It actually pisses me off. Because I could be playing Darkest Dungeon right now. I could be playing Persona right now. I literally could be playing any PvE turn-based fucking game that's 1,000 times better than this fucking dog shit. I could be playing XCOM 2. Literally anything. I have a mental illness. I want to
So the game made $20 million already.
So yeah, let me clarify. That was just for Sele alone, right? That almost 5 million sales. But now, like in total, right? You gotta account for the battle pass, all the other like microtransactions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's made 20 million already, right? The game just came out. And it's already beating, like, you know, Blue Archive, Arc Knights. There's Epic 7 down there, Fate Grand Order, US, or NA, of course. Or that's a worldwide, I don't know. But yeah, it's up there. It's definitely up there. The only things beating it, of course, is Uma Musume in Japan, Nikkei, Fate Grand Order in Japan, but that's been out for a long time. And not by that much either. It's just 9 million. Right? And then, of course, Genshin Impact still makes a lot of money, but overall, of course. But, yeah. Day one banner sales, definitely Star Rail beats it there. They broke that record, in fact. So,
yep.
Yeah. Star Rail is definitely up there, man. I mean, the game is fun, to be fair. Although Lakari does make a point that the gacha is, you know, it's gacha. So yeah, he's like, I want to swap. Man, that guy's funny. That guy's really funny. Any comment about this situation?
No, let's see how their next game's gonna be. How fast?
Oh yeah, Zenless Zone Zero, I think it's called. The full name. Yeah. That's
you know the furries.
Yeah.
You know the furries are gonna go after their dads.
Furries, robots. I mean, cyborg guys. You know, like there's that dude with the mask or something like that. He's like red. You know, I don't know if he's a robot or not, but yeah, I feel like that guy's gonna get a lot of fan art for sure. Yeah, Zenless, I think it's coming out next year. But that's just my assumption anyway. That's gonna be another big game coming out, and then Star Wars gonna get like pushed to the side, and yeah.
Yeah, this is all gonna be the Simpson meme, as you were saying, with the sheep. Oh,
yeah.
Here comes Hokusai. Move.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So. Let me ask you, since you play Honkai and also Genshin,
yes,
which game has the better animation for summoning? That feels like you are rewarded instead of like, you know,
okay,
like the animation and stuff.
Right.
Which one?
It depends, right? Because like, the actual animation, I would say Honkai Star Rail is better, but the convenience is, I would say, I would give it to Genshin because you know right away, like, whether you got a, 4-star or gold or whatever it is, it's like quick. It's, you know what I mean? But when it comes to, Star Rail, like, yeah, the animation looks cool and all. Like, you see the train coming and all that shit, and the door opening behind fucking the little mascot pom pom and shit like that. But like, it takes too long, right? Especially if you're doing like multiple summons. As cool as it looks, and the way to tell it's there, but it's too subtle for a number of people. Like, I had to tell Flocka like how you understand it, right? Which it has like you get a rainbow effect on the ticket, but the rainbow effect is not even like that noticeable. The music is what's noticeable. Like it kind of changes when you get a gold summon, right? So if you have if you have headphones on, you'll definitely notice it. But when you're like in the moment, like yelling and shit like that, like you're probably not gonna hear it, So, so I don't know. When it comes to overall, I guess I would probably give it to Genshin just because it's just more convenient, like, right away. But animation alone, yeah, Honkai Star Rail is better. Yep.
No, I'm wondering how their next one's games animations will be.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it'll have a combination of both, like to the point, but below cool. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. But when it comes to other stuff, there's a lot of Star Rail has that Genshin doesn't. And there's already a lot of like battle content already in comparison to Genshin, which is funny because it's a turn-based game. And then Genshin is an open world real-time combat game, And that's like the one you wish that would have combat content, or battle based content, but it doesn't. And then right off the bat, Honkai already has way more stuff to do for combat than it's so funny, right? It's, how that works. It's so weird, So yeah, it's up there. Sales wise, it's up there, man. Will it overtake it? I don't know. We'll see. But it's a good game. I think it's a fun game. If you're willing to play it, if anyone's willing to play it for what it is. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go hardcore, yeah, that's where you want to start like grind and like get characters over time with the gacha stuff. But if you want to just go through the story, which, yes, will involve with combat anyway. Like, I don't know. It is kind of an investment, but I think the story is fun so far, and I think worth sticking around, at least for the time being. So we'll see how the story develops. We'll see how the meta and combat and all that stuff kind of goes as more characters come out. My only gripe is that they only have 2 healers, which is one is a 4-star and the other one is a 5-star. So which kind of sucks because you have to be lucky to get that 5-star healer. So for a lot of people, right? There's gonna be you'll eventually have to have 2 teams per battle, right? In a certain combat mode. So that means you only have 1 healer on 1 team. So that kind of sucks. You're like kind of have that lack of insurance on the other team. So you just have to play lucky or have a really good team to just face tank everything, So you have to be over leveled just to go through it for sure. Like with confidence rather. So that's why it sucks. Like if you get Bailu, all right, great, you're lucky, but that's a problem because you don't have multiple 4-star healers at the moment. When Genshin offered a multitude of healers right off the bat, with Bennett, Barbara, Noelle, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, Chi-Chi is the 5-star healer. You already have more than 2 healers right away. Right, that I can name off the top of my head. day one. So that is a parent problem for Honkai. But do you need more than one healer for the story stuff? No, but when it comes to everything else, like, yeah, yeah, that can kind of be a parent problem. But anyway, still a good game though, despite that. Still fun. It's gotcha, so be careful, all that stuff. So all right, so I think we're good on that. We are heading to the last portion of things, which is anime, movies, streaming series, and more. So start off with some. Oh yeah, so Super Mario Brothers movie has made hold on, let me bring up the soundboard. $1 billion. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Worldwide, of course. $1 billion for an animated movie. So it is definitely the animated movie that made the most money within this time frame or whatever, I think. If not of all time. Or for a video game, I mean. Sorry. So, let me see. Yeah, it definitely is one of the highest grossing animated films of all time. For sure. I wish there was a comparison. But I guess there isn't. But I guess if you want to make a comparison for something else, I'll just hit continue, I guess. Yeah, it has now earned more than Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and nearly is neck and neck with Jurassic World Dominion. So that is quite an accomplishment. Maybe Hollywood Reporter has a comparison? Okay, not really. Sorry. I thought it would. So yeah, I mean, it's reached $1 billion. So probably more because they'll have like Blu-ray sales, all those streaming sales, and the rental sales, and all that stuff. This is just theaters alone. It seems like kids are watching it over and over again. There's repeating watchers and just more people just watching it because, it's coming out to more nations or regions. So it's just making more money at that point. What do you make of that for the Mario movie?
Where's the win button?
Yeah. Yeah.
Win. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Did you watch that episode of Mandalorian?
Yeah, I caught up.
Oh, you caught up? Okay. So what was
Yes. No. Yes.
I like that. I actually kind of like that moment. No. Yes.
Get off of that. No.
Yep. I love that little moment.
Imagine there was a slip up in the soundboard.
Oh yeah.
Yes. No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just gonna look at people like,
yeah. Yep.
And you just see him going like, I didn't tell them to put that there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, congrats.
Yep.
Congrats.
As I was saying to you, talk about this Super Bros movie. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Just weirdly fast paced. Very weird.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you see this? All right, let's move on. That's what it sounds like. So.
And then Bowser's a fucking treat.
Yeah. Right. So the what do you know, right? Like a movie about a really popular video game franchise that's done well relatively is a lot of money.
It's also that Nintendo also must have had the gun like,
Oh yeah.
what you doing?
Yeah.
What you doing? What's that scene?
Yeah.
It's just Peach cooking a cake, sir. Okay. What kind of cake?
And not to mention, right, the what do you call the Universal Studio attraction, right, is also kind of like, also feeling that hype for Mario right now as well as, for the movie, So that's all like kind of like in place, right? Seems like it's all planned out from Nintendo, blah blah blah, Yeah. Okay, so speaking of animated movies, there is something about Spider-Verse, right? The upcoming Spider-Verse movie. It's reported that it's going to be almost 2.5 hours long. So that's going to be, I guess, the longest ever made animated movie from a Hollywood studio. Yeah, because if you think about it, right, how many animated films are actually that long, right? It's always,
and then also as we both came from backgrounds to do animations or some sort of animations.
Yeah.
Doing a 2-hour movie, when you think of it, like the processing, the rendering, that is long.
And all the hand work.
hand fucking what's it called? Posing like shots and stuff. Yeah. Like when I heard of this like being 2 hours long, it's like, oh my god, I hope they are compensated.
Oh yeah, and hopefully the movie does well, right? You just never know. What if the movie sucked, right? So
I know all this hype, and then it turns out,
right, it's like a mess, whatever it is, right? Well, will there be some things that people look for to be mad at? Oh, absolutely, you'll have those people. But like, if there is going to be just like straight up, it's like just bad, like it's just like a bad movie, oh man, that's gonna go all down the drain. So hopefully, I'm sure it'll do well, but you just never know, right? But hopefully it'll do well, and that would mean, it'll like, more animated movies will get praised, and more animated movies come out with, quality and stuff like that for sure. Will there be misses? Absolutely, but it's kind of what comes natural, I guess. But yeah, I mean, hopefully because it's a longer movie, it'll have more story to tell, more time to just let things bake, right? With certain characters, especially the villain for this movie, So hopefully that all come to play, and the length of the movie will be justified, right? So yeah. Any other comments for Spider-Verse? Are you definitely looking forward to it?
I hope you guys do well.
Yeah, definitely. I believe it's coming out. What is it? November? I forget. It's coming out this year. I know for sure. It's just I forget the exact date for it. Oh, there's a nice little bit of comparisons. For longest American-made animated movie. Oh, was there one for Lord of the Rings? It might have been the old one, right? Like,
yeah, it must have been the old like 70s, 80s on one.
Oh yeah, that's crazy then. That's like if that was just back then, like holy crap. I Am Nightmare, Fantasia is 2 hours, 6 minutes. Heartstring Marionette is just 2 hours, just about. But the next longest movie, I guess, is Consuming Spirits. 2 hours and 60 minutes. I actually have not heard of this movie or animated movie. Let me see. Oh, I mean, it's pretty well rated on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, interesting. Let me see. Ooh. Yeah, it's all down. It's like it seems like one of those like independent films. It's weird. Okay. Chris Sullivan did all the directing, writing, production, produced, Cinematography edited by Chris Sullivan. Damn, man. And that took like what, two? Yeah, and it's a 2 hour and 16-minute movie. Jesus. And I guess if you want to compare other Spider-Man films, Spiderverse is the third longest movie. And then No Way Home is the longest movie with 2.5 hours. And then Amazing Spider-Man 2 is almost 2.5 hours long, just 6 minutes short. So, what's the shortest one? Okay, so Into the Spider-Verse is just almost 2 hours. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll see how it turns out, for sure. Let me just check on the release date real quick before we move on. June 2nd. Oh, okay. So it's pretty much around the corner. I think it's yeah, I mean, less than a month away, pretty much. So we'll find out soon enough. Okay, so next one is the movie trailer for Gran Turismo. Yeah. I actually have not seen, I've seen like the clip but with no audio, so I'm gonna like, let me see. Let me mute this here on OBS. I heard things about it, but I'll check it out for myself right now.
You might wanna hold on to a Gengar.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have a treat.
Gran Turismo trailer. Let me just see. Hold on. See if it pops up. Oh, there you go. Let me make sure all the audio is muted for OBS. Hold on. All right. I think we should be good. Oh, I hate that they do this all the time. But anyway.
Ooh.
Soundtrack fucking sucks. Okay. I think my problem with this overall movie is maybe with the trailer or something. Like the choice of music was really just not it. And I feel like they should have really made this into like a documentary instead of like this like action packed kind of like thing. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to make they're
Fast movie, right?
Huh?
They're trying to make what Fast and the Furious were.
Yeah.
In the first 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, kids?
Yeah.
Fast and Furious was about street racing.
Like they're trying to,
and they became that.
It feels like it's like when you read the premise, right? It's like, okay, this is, it's a story about a gamer who becomes a racer, right? Like, and then it's, this is Gran Turismo. So you don't really think of like action pack, like popcorn type of stuff, right? It's more of like, it's a driving simulator. It's in a different experience of its own thing, right? It's all about feeling like you're racing. So, I think, man, like I actually thought this was going to be like a documentary type of thing, like more like in lines of what's that movie with Christian Bale and
the Tetris movie?
No, what the hell? No. I'm talking about Christian Bale and who was the other famous actor? It's Ford versus Ferrari, right? Ford versus Ferrari. Like I thought it was gonna be like that, kind of more in lines of that. But this is just cheese all over it, man. They covered it with cheese, and it's like not good. from what I can see, it doesn't look good. Definitely, it just I don't know. Well, so what was like the I don't know. It felt like you wanted to say something about it. So what do you want to say?
Hey, the whole part that made me like go out of body experience was when they said based on a true story. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is like, as you point out, it should have been a documentary, not a fucking like another Fast and the Furious,
like a popcorn flick or that type of thing.
Yeah.
Action movie.
And then some of the dialogue was kind of like, oh dear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You go over the line, you just hit reset. You go over it, you die.
Yeah.
So,
that's like SAO stuff, right? Like that's something you say in the anime, but not like, oh yeah, you die in here, you die in real life, that type of stuff.
I'm waiting for one freaking movie to just say that famous fate line.
Oh, people die when they're killed.
People die if they're killed.
Yeah,
I want
to killed. Yeah.
Just hear it, just on the big screen, so I can go like.
Surprisingly, though,
they did it.
Surprisingly, though, the like and dislike ratio is not horrible. It's mostly people liking it as for somehow. So that's actually surprising considering sort of like the initial reaction that I've been seeing. Some people are like, "Oh, it's cringe," but
I wonder how this movie's gonna fare when compared to like I don't know the Need for Speed movie back in 2014.
Oh my god, with what's his face from Breaking Bad, Aaron something. Yeah, I think it was right.
Maybe that's what this movie's gonna hit at the end credits. A Need for Speed and Gran Turismo crossover.
It's so weird. So this is coming out in August, I guess. Yeah, for this year, only in theaters. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just kind of feels like it's gonna be like a average, like I don't know, racing movie, I guess, with that tries to be like popcorny flick kind of thing. When it should, I don't know. I don't know if it's the trailer or if it's I don't know.
What you want to call when they were showing off the kid's room, I was like, no kid has that big of a fucking room for that. Get your ass out of there.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It says based off of a true story, so they definitely did a lot of twisting for sure. Like they definitely modded, not modded. They like, touched up a lot of parts just for like the Hollywood stuff. They're probably
and look at their big sponsor of the movie.
What, Michelin? Yeah, Michelin tires. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. You got David Harbour. as
Oh,
Yeah.
why? So can someone pick up the red what's his name? Red Cyclone or whatever. It's from Black Widow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's so weird, right? Because it's considering.
Oh, so that is very too close.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's too close for you to be near the fucking TV.
Okay, so my question is, when did this story take place, right? Because is it like recent? Is it like 90s? Is it, you know what I mean? Like
It took place
2000s?
during the year 2000.
Yeah. Let me actually see. Gran Turismo. Movie. Let me see. So, okay, so it's like a 2010s, I guess. Martinborough. Sorry if I'm butchering his name. That's the actual person who is the subject of the story. Had not seriously raced prior to entering GT Academy. Martinborough's rise is unusual because up until 2011, at the age of 19, he had never seriously competed in motorsport. So it's around 2010s. Okay, so I guess that makes sense with the screen and the equipment and stuff like that. Like, because I was gonna say, like, I don't know, like all this stuff might be too modern. Like, it'd be like, what the fuck, you know? I definitely never heard this, at least recently. You know, the story anyway, taking place recently. Let me see 2010s TV screens. Okay, you have there's like seems like a decent lineup of screens. This is from 2010, so okay. I'll give it a pass, I guess, of him having. Oh, where is it? Oh, but yeah, okay. This looks like definitely a modern TV for sure. Because look at the black, right? The outer like stuff. It's too thin, right? It would be like more thicker like this if you want to be more accurate. There's some thin ones, but it's more like this, right? Like it's like the outer stuff is thicker. Only fewer TVs had like a thinner thing, and even then, that's like too thick for this TV. So, whatever. Maybe the details schmeetails as I would say, I guess. But they got this guy from Marvel. Who? Who? This actor. Kind of one of those like,
and now he's traveling to the DCU.
And then Orlando Bloom, right? This is Orlando Bloom, right?
Yep,
from Pirates.
Orlando.
Yep, that's
Pirates. Legolas.
Yeah, Legolas. Yep. Yeah, Martinborough. Yep, they definitely got that name. So at least they're accurate there. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's just like the fact that they're trying to make this into like a popcorn flick more than like an actual documentary film is what kind of like went wrong for some people anyway. Might seem like, for me, like I said, like I thought it was gonna be made into a more like a documentary type of film and more in lines of like Ford versus Ferrari. Like this here. Versus Ferrari. Yeah, there you go. That was like a film from a few years ago. Oh, it's Matt Damon. That's what it was. Matt Damon was Carroll Shelby, and then Christian Bale was Ken Miles. And I believe
Where are the other cars going?
Yeah, and I believe Ken Miles was the mechanic, and then Carroll Shelby was. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Ken Miles was the driver for Ferrari, and then Carroll Shelby was the driver for Ford. You know, that's why you have the Shelby Cobra, right? You know, the car. Yeah. So I thought it was gonna be more of that kind of film. It's a biography film. Drama, right? But with, let me see. Let me try to bring up GT movie again. Oh god damn it! It's Dragon Ball comes, fucking Dragon Ball comes up. Gran Turismo movie. If you look at the wiki here, okay, I mean it says biography, but like, yeah, coming of age sports drama film. Like maybe it could be the trailer itself that might have screwed things up. I don't know, man. It seems more like, again, like I'm you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but like you know, that popcorn flick like Need for Speed, the movie, and then there's the Fast and Furious movies. But it is actually surprising to see that many positive comments right away, though. For a movie like this. Yeah, I know this track. I've raced it 1,000 times. I think it's because it is relatable to a lot of GT players. Like, I get it. Like, you know, like all the tracks are simulated from the real tracks and stuff like that, which is the whole point of GT. It's a simulation of racing, including the real tracks, all that stuff. So maybe that's why, but I don't know. Any other comments you wanted to throw in about this movie?
That's a lot of product placement in this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's all.
PlayStation. I wonder who at PlayStation said, you know, gave the green light for this.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Nissan is in there with GTR. Like that's a huge Nissan sponsorship right there. Any other product placement? Yeah, Nissan, Michelin, yeah. Yeah, of course they're gonna put a romance story, yeah, right? Like, I have some sort of romantic kind of stuff in there. Oh wow, the guy is like 31 right now. Okay. September. Not too far from us in age. Let me see. Trying to look at his record here. For GP3 series, he's won well, at least once, okay. Best finish was 9th for 2014 and 15 in 9th place. So that's pretty good, all things considered. But yeah, interesting, I guess, to say the least. And surprisingly positive for the most part in the like in this like ratio, but There definitely is like some caveats and stuff like that I don't agree with about this, how they're approaching this movie. Because I was really expecting like more like, well, you know, like that artsy fartsy kind of stuff, like Ford versus Ferrari.
Mhm.
You know, yeah. I think the trailer does not help it for sure. But yeah, I guess if it's because it's involved with a kid and video games, I don't know. Maybe that's the direction they're gonna take with anyway. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, yes, look at that. He has GT2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
He also has the robot, right? That's one of the PSN mascots.
I think so. It looks like it. I don't know if it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of looks like it. Maybe it might be a generic toy. I don't know. I don't know. But interesting to say the least overall. So we'll see how the actual movie fares. I don't expect it to do like extremely well, but maybe well enough. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it might do well in like other places like Europe, for example, right? Because they're all big about like, you know, F1 and stuff like that, for sure. But America, I'm not sure. Maybe in Japan, of course. Yeah, that's another F1 country, right? Like kind of. And then of course, GT is, you know, developed in Japan, so, you know, of course. So I think it'll do better internationally, but when it comes to here and in States, I don't know about that. We'll see. All right, so let's go wrap it up with some One Piece live action related news. You know, the One Piece Netflix series that's coming eventually. Still no trailer, but we had this statement from, I guess, this translated statement from Oda-san, you know, the creator of One Piece. And this is officially posted from One Piece Netflix, so saying, "We are in this together. Thank you, Eiichiro Oda, for your trust. We can't wait for the world to see what we've created." And Zawa, would you like to would you kindly read this statement from Oda?
Y'all fuckers better stop it. There you go. Done. Anyways, I've been working with Tomorrow Studios.
Mhm.
That's a nice studio name.
Mm-hmm.
And Netflix for quite some time now. Even though they understand each of the characters, we obviously come from very different cultures. So when it comes to entertainment, we have different codes, skill sets, and aims. Sometimes it could be frustrating for both sides. It felt like we're all trying to get to the same place, so how come we're not on the same wavelength? There was even a time when I thought, is a foreign product even possible?
Or for foreign
Depending on-
production, yeah.
Yeah. Production product.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah, right.
he's not wrong.
Right.
Now, this might seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but we've been hard at work this entire time, and now each and every entity involved is working in sync. We're finally here. One Piece is real. Considering my expected lifespan. Jesus Christ, why would you?
I know, right?
It's like, oh wow, that's
It
a lovely way to open.
It might be like a Japanese thing, and so like if you literally translate, it sounds like whoa, like, you know, in English.
I know, but still, just saying that, I was like,
yeah.
sir, is there something you want to say?
Considering how many breaks he's taken, yeah.
I believe this is the last chance to bring One Piece to the entire world. If we're going to do it, I want to be able to supervise things while I'm still active. That's why I agreed to the live action adaptation of One Piece back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. Jeez, it's been 7 years.
Since then, Netflix has committed enormous resources to the production, and it was announced that the show will launch in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But they they've promised that we won't launch until
oh dear.
No, we don't even have a word for that, anyways.
Yeah.
The entire cast and crew, spanning various countries, are brimming with love for One Piece. They're burning with passion, and I remind everyone involved that this should be fun. I'm sorry, that choice of color was really hard to read.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We're in the final process right now of finishing all 8 episodes.
8 episodes?
We'll be setting sail very soon.
See, that's like the worrisome thing too. It's 8 episodes. I thought it was gonna be 10. I thought they said 10, but even then, that's even shorter. But 8 episodes, man.
Each episode better be like an hour 30 or something.
I know, right? Like, are each episode gonna be like a movie of itself or something? Like, damn. You know?
Hey. For people who haven't read or watched One Piece, I think the little drawings, they're cute, but it's a huge ass spoilers of who are we gonna see. Even though they, announced it, but still.
Well, what do you mean? Because we've already seen the 5 in the poster and like
the 5.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's a huge ass spoilers for people who never read, watched, or even know how they look like.
I think that's
for people trying to stay in the dark with this.
Well, I think that's like Persona 5, right? Like they've always shown you like, what's his face? Joker, Anna or Anne? It's Anne. And then Ryuji and Yusuke. Those 4 are always, they're like the 4 people to, shown in promotion material for the most part. And then you have Makoto.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. And then you have Makoto, Futaba, and Haru later on. Now they show them like more later on, but in the promotional material they've always shown those 4, and that's kind of how it works. Like and then for here that's kind of like the 5 they've always shown, and then they show off Chopper and blah blah blah, that sort of stuff, right? But this is the original 5.
They do Chopper justice if he's hinted at the last episode.
If they somehow continue to plan on doing this stuff, but
let's just hope it doesn't end up like fucking Cowboy Bebop.
Maybe I still like, despite this, I still have my doubts for it, or just I'm just being cautiously sort of like going into this, knowing that it can go either well or really wrong, right? So
yeah, and that's why it's like, for One Piece fans, I hope you guys are not
expecting
shooting to the moon, with your expectations. I hope it's grounded. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Yes, and then of course, like I've been saying, there are people who are going to look for things to be mad at, absolutely, right, and to pick at and whatever. But if this is going to be a genuinely bad show, it's gonna be sad, because it sounds like Oda does want to make this work, but at the end of the day, I mean, is he the producer or something? That's what it sounds like. Like, is he like actually like directly involved with the project and stuff like that? I know he's not a director for sure, but like, is he actually watching the whole project unfold and stuff like that? If that's really the case, then it has better chances and stuff like that. But if this is like, with Last Airbender with M. Night Shyamalan and stuff like that, then it's gonna probably be a repeat of that, because they've always tried to make it sound like, those 2 creators or whatever were involved with the project somehow, with Last Airbender, and look how that turned out, right? They were planning to have 2 other movies, but that never happened, right? As much as I would like to, praise Oda for this and stuff like that. Like, hey, you know, that's fantastic, right? It sounds like he is involved with the project, blah blah blah. But at the end of it, it's like, you know, is it gonna be good? Is it, what's the end product like, right? So, I wonder if this is actually what he said, or if it's just all like kind of like translated with fluff and stuff like that. Like, you know, like of course he's only gonna say like the good parts of it, because you know what are you actually gonna say, like, oh, this is gonna come out shitty just because of live action? Like, no. But so of course he's gonna say only the positives and stuff like that. But I don't know. Yeah, I say just drop the trailer and then we can judge it from there, right? At least further, and then once the final product comes out, I'll definitely give it my fair review and blah blah blah, and then we can move on, right? What is it gonna continue or not? You know, is the manga still popping off? Absolutely. Is the anime still popping off? Absolutely, right? So we have those two. Do we need the live action to continue? Definitely not. But if it does well enough to be its own thing, I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Any other comments you wanted to say for the Netflix One Piece?
Hopefully they break that bad stereotype.
Yeah, the mold, right, of like bad live action anime stuff, right?
Yep.
Well, we'll see. We'll definitely see about that. All right, so that's it on my docket. Was there anything else you wanted to throw in before we head on out for this episode?
I was trying to look for something to close out today, but
Yeah.
I guess we can. I guess we can use this one to close it out for us Zangief players. Thank you, Jay Wong.
What was it?
Put into but
Oh, oh yeah.
Round
Okay.
one.
That's what's that?
Round one, kids.
Yep. Oh wow. He's so close, yeah. Yeah. Good.
Jesus, just to see, you know, like you can actually just as Zangief just do a throw like that to just go from one end of the screen to the other is really like scary. He's like come here.
Yeah.
We're going this way.
Yeah. I think there is a way around it, of course, with the drive gauge and stuff. You can probably like drive back or something like that to get away from it and stuff like that. And I'm sure command grabs are going to be super punishable somehow. So, well, I mean, again, I don't want to say that again, but you know, we'll see with the final version,
The final product.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I saw with Justin when Manon was doing her thing.
Oh yeah, the crowd. He wants to hear it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. The la, yeah, that would be really funny if people chant that.
Yeah, the la 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 is hopefully gonna be like how everyone was screaming when Cell was on
Oh yeah,
screen.
Cell, dude, that was so funny.
Yeah, it was more funny when the guy skipped it. Everyone was like, "Oh, reset that shit!
Boo, this
Reset
man."
shit!
Yep.
DQ him for skipping the."
I think we were live for that for the at least for the first DBZ or DBFZ top 8 F Evo. Yeah, so we got to experience that. Yeah. Yeah, so that would be pretty funny if the la 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 thing became a staple, you know. I would like to at least see something like that. Or maybe like at least un deux trois or something, I don't know. Whenever Manon does something. Un deux trois. Same with what's her face? Lily. Maybe. Yeah.
New challenger.
Oh, apparently. Yep. Apparently, Street Fighter Duel has Dante now, so from Devil May Cry, featuring Dante from Devil May Cry, like the meme. Oh, look at that. Yeah, hopefully Street Fighter Duel continues, man, because Crunchyroll is very sus when it comes to keeping mobile games in service. I don't know if you've heard the horror stories behind that, but yeah, that's a thing.
Still waiting. Still gonna wait for season 2 of Street Fighter 6. And we see a blonde girl, and the name Ingrid will be engraved into everyone's heart. And I can hear Simmons screaming. Nably.
I want that blonde wrestler, god damn it. I want Alex.
No, you're gonna be someone's gonna be screaming, wrong blonde person.
Yeah, I know. What it was like. Is there another blonde wrestler? Oh, I mean Armika, yeah, but
Armika,
yeah, but male. I don't know.
Wrong blonde person. It's like,
I know.
But you guys want Ingrid? No, we wanted Alex. We wanted Armika. We wanted fucking Charlie.
There's a lot of blonde characters in Street Fighter in general, which is funny. Yep. Alrighty, let's wrap it up on that one. We're coming up on 3 hours, so I think that's a pretty good amount. So that is it for episode 232 of the Hypecast. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. It's fun as always. So, so hopefully we'll be back for more stuff to talk about. Maybe we'll see another Tekken character being revealed once again. We'll see. Come on, Harada. Come on. You gotta see something, right? more Tekken, man. We'll see. Watch there is a trailer right now on Twitter. New challenger. Yep.
New challenger.
Yeah. I wonder who it would be.
Kuma.
Who? Oh, Kuma. Yeah.
No, a Kuma.
A Kuma. Yeah. What if she said it exactly like that? It's like, what?
No, you imagine she doesn't say Kuma. She just goes like,
Bear.
New challenger.
Bear.
It's like,
oh, you cut off
like,
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
It's like, wait, it's like, why did you translate the word?
I know, right? It's really funny. Pretty funny. Maybe it will be Kuma. We'll see. We gotta wait and see. Oh yeah, if Kuma is in there, that means Panda is in there definitely too. Because yeah, clone characters.
No challenger.
What if it's just Panda?
Not Panda.
Yeah. What if it was actually just Panda but not Kuma? Because it'd be really weird. Even though it's like really easy. Yeah.
And new challenger. Tentacle hentai. And everyone's like, what? I mean Yoshimitsu.
Yeah, Yoshimitsu. Yeah.
It's like, she's like, oh wait, I'm sorry.
Now that you say it like that, like I actually wonder what they're gonna design Yoshimitsu to be, because they always like drastically redesign Yoshimitsu for some reason.
What if they go back to his roots?
Oh, dude, I really want to see his Tekken 3 design back.
His the skull head, right?
Yeah, the skull head. Yeah. I really want to see that. I mean, if at least if they bring that as a costume piece or something, that'd be so cool. Like, I want to see that.
What if it's like a mixture of his Tekken 3 and Soul Calibur 2?
Somehow, yeah, you can make it work. Like a skull face, but the samurai helmet, and then
and with the wooden robotic
arm. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Doesn't make sense.
I know, but hey, fuck it. pretty cool. I mean, it is Tekken after all. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense. So, anyways, all right, that'll be it. Thank you everyone, and we'll hopefully see you all in the next one with Tekken. All right, later guys. Oh yeah, let me hit the sound. All right.
You have to go.
Yep. All right.
You know, one day we better draw on our face like Kabuki mask.
Like, yeah, basically Honda. There you go.